if you are failing at life, if you are currently losing the game of life, this is what you need to do ASAP, son. And I'm going to tell you the secret if you're currently failing or losing to start winning, okay? Secret is, no matter what you're trying to chase out there, if you're currently sucking at it, if you want it to change, here's what you need to do. You need to change your habits, okay? Because really, at the end of the day, when it comes down to the difference between somebody who's winning versus somebody who is losing, it really boils back down to their habits, okay? Besides a little bit of luck, it always boils down to your habits, okay? What are your habits like? Because the only difference between a guy with six-pack abs versus a guy with a pot belly is what? It's their habits, okay? The guy with the pot belly probably eats like crap, probably doesn't work out, probably doesn't get up early to go to the gym. Whereas the guy who has good habits and the six-pack abs does, right? He has the discipline to do those things because he is more motivated to get a six-pack abs. So he's going to put in the work, right? He's just going to have a different set of habits. That's all it really boils down to. What's the difference between a guy who's rich or versus a guy who's broke, right? Or a guy who comes from being broke who becomes rich while the other guy stays broke. The difference is the person's habits, the person's mindset, the person's philosophies, the person's self-belief, right? That's really what it boils down to. So these are the things that you would need to change if you want to change the outcome of your life, right? If your life is currently going in this trajectory that you do not like, that you are disappointed with, that you are unhappy with and feeling unfulfilled, nobody is going to come along and knock on your door and tell you to get up and let me help you fix this. No, nobody's going to do that for you, right? Nobody's going to come along and grab you, by the collar and go put you on the stage. Nobody's going to do that for you. You have to do it for yourself. And I'm telling you where it all starts. It all starts with your habits, right? But obviously, you're not just going to develop these habits miraculously to just change your situation, right? I mean, you have to have some type of incentive to do it because humans are driven by incentives, right? We're not going to do something unless there's an incentivization to do it, right? I mean, most times we are just not going to want to do it because there's no motivation behind it, right? This is why humans need incentive. And this is why I can't stand about the woke mob and Alphabet Coalition. They're trying to remove incentive from society, right? That's their way of demoralizing us. Is they want to remove all the incentives and you should just do it because, don't do it because there's any incentives. Just do it because we tell you to do it. That's how you just demoralize and deteriorate society, by removing incentives. But because this is a part of our natural hardwiring as humans, we need incentives in order to get things done, right? We need to have some reason for why we're doing it. I mean, for me and my business, why did I leave my corporate job? My whole incentive wasn't because I thought I was going to go broke. It was because I thought I was going to make a whole lot more money. I was going to have freedom of time, freedom of location. I was going to be my own boss. I didn't have to show up to these Monday morning 7 a.m. meetings anymore. There's plenty of incentive, right? I got to hang out with my friends and do pickup all day. I was like, there's so much incentive here. Yeah, so much incentive that I left my, very high-paying corporate job that was very respectable to do something that most people wouldn't consider at the time, wouldn't have considered respectable. It is now, but wouldn't have considered it respectable to do, right? And I was forced to change my habits because now I had to run a business, and it was like I couldn't just walk away at 5 p.m. once once the day was over and then go home and not think about work till the next day. That's one thing I do miss about corporate America. As soon as I left there, I wouldn't leave at 5. I'd leave really early. Sometimes I'd leave at 2 or 3. Would not think about it again until I came back the next day, right? Whereas when you have a business, it's constantly on your mind 24/7. I mean, you just can't escape it. So it's one thing I miss. However, my incentive for changing my habits back then was I wanted to free myself. Right? Wanted to free myself. So I took all these risks, and my habits today are so vastly different than they were when I had a 9-to-5 job. I mean, I'm so much more motivated to do my work, to pump out content, to look for other businesses that are successful, to buy them, to keep my employees employed, right? There's so much more motivation for me there, and just that incentivization to keep going because other people are relying on me now, and so your habits will change just organically like that. It's kind of like if you want to, if you want to lose weight, say you do have a pot belly and you're tired of looking down at your dicky doo and you want to like get a six-pack abs. I mean, your whole incentive for that, most people's incentive when they lose weight, because I used to be a personal trainer, most people's incentive to lose weight is simply the fact that they're tired of being fat. Really, I mean, really, that's what it boils down to. It's not like some epiphany that they have. They are just like exhausted and tired of looking the way they do when they look in the mirror, right? They're tired of looking in the mirror and seeing nothing but pudginess and, their belly hanging out of their clothes. They get to a point where they're so sick of that their whole motive and their whole incentive to lose weight is to not feel like garbage anymore when they look in the mirror. So that drives them all the way to where they do flatten their belly and they lose a ton of weight and they can finally look in the mirror and go, wow, I'm happy with how I look. I'm happy. I was able to buy a new wardrobe and these smaller shirts fit better on me, right? I don't have to buy extra large anymore and all this. So that becomes their incentive, right? That becomes their whole motivation. So essentially right now, if you are failing in life, if you're losing, okay, the biggest thing you need to change are your habits, because that's what it will always boil down to. But your habits alone aren't going to change your situation. You need some sort of incentive. You need to incentivize yourself to do it, right? Some sort of motivation to get it done, right? It's kind of like on a very micro level. It's like when I'm kind of falling behind on work and say it's like content and I need to shoot that day. And I know I got to do like 4 hours of like pure content and maybe a live stream after. And I'm like, man, how am I going to get through this? I kind of give myself an incentive. After I'm done, I'm going to give myself a little treat. Maybe it's, maybe it's like an Atkins shake or something like that. Maybe it's, maybe it's like a diet soda or something because it's something I enjoy, right? Maybe it's like a protein cookie, right? But there's always some incentive I give myself. And it's usually enough to get me through that, right? It has to be something enough to be like, okay, I can't wait till I get this done because I'm going to get the little reward after, right? There has to be some incentive behind it. Just like when I do pickup artistry, right? When I pick up girls, I don't just go up to every random hot girl I see these days. She has to match the qualities that I'm looking for. And there's only so much you can tell by looking at someone. Speaking of which, there's like this hot chick like running down the block over here. But there's only so much you can tell by looking at someone, right? But you don't know until you engage. But usually I'll try to engage the person just indirectly. I use what I call a situational opener, where I'll just mention something about, the weather, or if I'm at a Target or something, hey, do you know what time this Target closes? Or, hey, do you know where there's Starbucks nearby? I'll engage in very light banter just to get the girl talking, to see if there's any connection there before I plow forward and put any more effort into her, right? Where I start negging her, I start creating a little conflict, a little tension with her, start building attraction with her, and all the steps I teach you on my dating channel and in my mastery programs. But regardless, my incentive is, especially if she's cool, if she turns out to have like these qualities I look for, my incentive is, is to keep plowing, right? I'm not thinking about any approach anxiety anymore. I'm not thinking about like, what am I going to say next? I'm not thinking about any of those things. I'm just thinking of the win, right? I'm just thinking about getting this girl in my life and hopefully taking her out either right then and there on an Insta date, or if not, the next day, right? I mean, I have like a lot of incentive because I'm like, hey, this seems like a hot girl. She's cool. And, I'd like to have her in my life. So that will incentivize me to do it. Now if I'm on program or something like that, where I can't really pick up girls for myself, but I got to help students do it, my incentivization there, my motivation is to get them women that are above what they're used to getting, right? I can't just get them women who are like at their level or below what they're, or whatever they're used to, right? I have to kind of like go to these extremes because they're paying me to help them do that. And I'm supposed to be the master PUA here, so I can't just get them these average looking girls. I really put hard work into these guys, man. I mean, when we go into the venues, I mean, I really have to pick out the best looking girls and help them get those girls. I don't go for like the low-hanging fruit or the women who are just kind of average that look cool. I have to go for the hottest girls in there. Otherwise, I get bad reviews. These guys will never come back and they'll exit my programs. So I have to get them, I have to put in the work, right? But my motivation behind that is my business keeps thriving. These guys are happy. They love me. They come back on boot camp again in the future. If not, they jump into all my other programs, but they get excited. And seeing them excited gets me excited. And that's what incentivizes me and motivates me to put in that type of work, to not just go for the average girls in the venue and go, here, all right, let's end this boot camp. But instead, like, let's go for the best of the best. I want you to have the best experience of your life. I want to get you the hottest girls that you ever had in your life. And many of my students have. Many of my students have married women way out of their price range. I mean, not price range, but like looks range, I want to say. Way out of their... way off their look scale, like way above their look scale, and have gotten dates with these women, have made out with these women, have had children with these women, all thanks to my work. So I'm very happy for them. So I got to keep that gravy train going. But that's where I get my motivation for that. Is like there's always incentive at the end of it, right? And it's never really financial. It's just like, I get these guys what they paid for, essentially. And I get positive reviews and I get more customers, and my business continues to grow, my channel grows, and I'm happy, right? So when it comes down to your own life, you have to look at the areas where you're failing, and you have to identify any poor habits that you have that you need to change, right? And don't just change those habits like, okay, starting tomorrow, I'm going to stop eating French fries. No, you have to have some incentive behind that. Why are you going to stop eating the French fries? What do you want to do with that? Might be you want to lose, say, 10 pounds. Okay, I got to lose 10 pounds. I got to knock out these French fries. So you take a photo of yourself as you are today, and then you put it up on your mirror and you go, okay, 30 days from now or 60 days from now, I want that 10 pounds gone. And then the next photo is going to go right next to it, right? And you give yourself some sort of goal. Obviously you have to have a deadline, right? You give yourself a goal, a deadline, and some sort of motivation to do it, right? Some sort of incentive. And the incentive is, hey, I'm going to get rid of this pot belly by losing these 10 pounds. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to start eating healthier. I'm going to change my habits. I'm going to get better looking women in my life. I'm going to be more alert out there. I'm going to have less of this brain fog. I'm going to stop, dropping into lower consciousness because I keep eating these floury, carbohydrate-filled foods. I'm going to have all these benefits, all these incentives to lose this 10 pounds, and then you'll do it. Okay, simple as that. You just have to start with changing your habits, right? Change your habits, give yourself some incentive to do it, some type of motivation, some type of little reward at the end of the day, right? Your reward, say, for that 10 pounds, like, hey, after I drop these 10 pounds, I'm going to eat those French fries. Okay, I'm going to be thinking about it. That's going to motivate me to pull through. And usually after you drop those 10 pounds, you won't want to even eat those French fries. You'll want to eat healthy, right? Because once you start getting in the habit of eating good, that's what you'll want, is good food. You won't want to, eat like cheeseburgers and garbage like that. In any case, guys, as always, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share with the tribe, anything I might have missed, drop them in the comments below. Always love to see you guys in my comments. Always love to read your comments, so please feel free to drop your comments below. And until next time, this is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets, signing out here from my Range Rover, right? This is one of the last series of coaching videos I'm doing here in my Range Rover. Still hard. It's really hard to let this car go, but this is the last series of coaching videos I'm doing in here. So don't forget to smash the like button below. Smash that like button right now. Also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you actually subscribe to my Alpha Male Secrets channel. I've been checking my analytics, man. And too many of you guys are still not yet subscribed to the Alpha Male Secrets channel. here on the YouTube. So please make sure you're subscribed as well. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and you know, just help a brother out and subscribe. And for you guys who love my work and all of this amazing content I'm teaching you here on the Alpha Male Secrets, the best way to support my work is becoming a premium member of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm protecting my content from YouTube in the event they try to shut me down one day. They won't be able to, because all my content will be protected. It is being protected on my private platform. So this is the absolute best way to support my work, is becoming a premium Alpha Male Secrets subscriber on my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, which is being hosted on a private platform. Right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male Secrets content from me. So take advantage of it. Okay, all you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.